in your opening remarks as you took us all over the world and you mentioned 15 different incidents where you have interceded. 15, the top 15. Not once did you mention Ukraine when you were prioritizing the achievement that's there. Now let me go on.
Try to stay under
Let
5
me go
minutes.
on. Oh, you tried to stay. Yeah, please.
Well, I
It's
can
not
answer
funny.
that.
It's not funny, Secretary. Now,
What's not
in
funny is
Iran
that-
now.
Well, you don't.
In
this is
Iran
when you
now,
can't even
I
answer
reclaim
questions
my
here.
time. I reclaim my time, Mr. Chairman.
You
He's
guys make
interrupting
these
me.
statements and no one
He
can
is
respond.
interrupting me.
Absolute chaos just erupted on Capitol Hill. Bill Keating literally screamed at Marco Rubio over Donald Trump's terrifying new national intelligence picks, completely blowing the lid off a massive national security cover-up. Seriously, looking at these clown show appointments, it's like hiring a pack of hungry wolves to babysit your prize-winning chickens. Let's get right into it.
Secretary, thank you for being here. In conjunction with your job, you're also the National Security Advisor with access to the most sensitive intelligence secrets our countries and other countries have in the world. But before this, you had these two positions. You had a distinguished career as a member and a chair for 5 years of the Senate Intelligence Committee up to last year. And you and Senator Warner are some of the most respected and knowledgeable people at that time and voices in the entire intelligence community, earning the trust of Democrats and Republicans alike, Senator and House members, and other countries. So with all your Intelligence Committee experience, and now as Secretary of State and National Security Advisor, and all those years of experience, have you ever, specifically in the context of the intelligence community, heard the name Bill Pulte?
In the context of intelligence?
That's what I said.
No. No, I have
Never heard his name. Okay, thank you for answering that.
Well,
Never even heard his name. Given all your years of experience and your position now, never heard the name. For the record, Bill Pulte is a person Donald Trump has chosen for the acting director of national intelligence with no experience in the intelligence field, whose misuse, widely reported, of confidential information led to the prosecution of the president's political enemies, is now the person in charge of the nation's most closely guarded intelligence when he couldn't even conduct himself appropriately as the federal housing finance director. Now, Secretary, have you ever heard of the name Ira Zahari?
Who's that?
You've never heard the name Ira Zahari?
I mean, it doesn't ring a bell off the top.
In the context of security? Well, let me tell you. Mr. Zahari pleaded guilty for breaking into the Capitol on January 6th through a broken window, wielding a metal rod as a weapon. And Donald Trump appointed him to a team at the Pentagon focused on irregular warfare and, of all things, counterterrorism. That's ironic, given that he participated in one of the most significant incidents of domestic terror in our country's history. I think it's shameful, the people that are being appointed, and I think it's also shameful, some of the people that have been fired. Now, I want to move to Iran, because given your nuclear and intelligence background, which is extensive and appreciated and respected, I'm sure you're aware that Ukraine, the country at the time with the third largest nuclear arsenal, peacefully turned over their nuclear weapons in conjunction with the Budapest Memorandum, and in exchange for the U.S. commitment to defend Ukraine if it ever came under threat. The U.S. gave their word to Ukraine they would defend them. And I found this amazing. In your opening remarks, as you took us all over the world, and you mentioned 15 different incidents where you have interceded. 15, the top 15. Not once did you mention Ukraine when you were prioritizing the achievement that's there. Now let me go on.
Try to stay under
Let
5
me go
minutes.
on. Oh, you tried to stay. Yeah, please.
Well, I
It's
can
not
answer
funny.
that.
It's not funny, Secretary. Now,
What's not funny
in
is
Iran
that-
now.
Well, you don't.
In
this is
Iran
when you
now,
can't even
I
answer
reclaim
questions
my
here.
time. I reclaim my time, Mr. Chairman.
You
He's
guys make these
interrupting me.
statements and no one
He
can
is
respond.
interrupting me. Do something about it. I'm doing it. I'm asking you to reclaim those seconds back.
No.
Now in Iran, what goes around comes around, Mr. Chairman. Now in Iran, the Trump administration issues a general license to Russia, providing billions in oil profits every month, several billion every month, fueling Putin's war machine. You didn't mention that in your opening remarks. And then this is an a war of aggression of Russia attacking Ukraine, which we gave in our agreement. And this is to a country that's assisting us in Iran, Ukraine, and helping a country with a war machine that are aiding Iran against us and putting our service members in jeopardy. Look, we have an opportunity as members just today to vote on the Ukraine Support Act. I hope we do it, and I am confident that we'll have bipartisan support. But I hope this administration will act on its own. They could do things themselves that you didn't mention, like rescind these general licenses, complete a bilateral drone agreement with Ukraine, provide direct military assistance that has access to Ukraine, implement comprehensive sanctions packages,
Representative's
and condemn
time has expired.
the aggression.
Representative
Thank you,
Smith
Mr.
of New
Chairman,
Jersey
for taking
is
up
recognized.
my time and squandering it. That's not how a chairman should act.
Representative Smith, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Keating decides to drop a name to see if it rings a bell. Bill Pye. And Rubio's response? Just a flat-out blank no. Never heard of him. Wait, are they kidding me? Because here's the kicker, folks. Bill Pye happens to be Donald Trump's hand-picked choice to be the acting director of national intelligence. Let that sink in for a second. The guy chosen to oversee the nation's most closely guarded secrets is completely unknown to a veteran of the Senate Intelligence Committee. Keating absolutely blasts the pick, pointing out that Pye has zero, and I mean zero, actual experience in the intelligence field. Plus, he brings up Pye's incredibly messy past when he ran the Federal Housing Finance Agency. Honestly, it's wild. We are talking about putting someone in charge of global intelligence operations who couldn't even manage a housing finance agency appropriately. Unbelievable. But oh, just wait, because it gets so much worse. Keating then asks about another name that should honestly make your blood run cold. Zahari. And once again, Rubio admits the name doesn't ring a single bell for him in a security context. This is where Keating drops the absolute hammer, and honestly, I was cheering at my screen. Zahari is a textbook example of how deeply broken and chaotic right-wing political appointments have become. This individual literally pleaded guilty to breaking into the U.S. Capitol on January 6th through a smashed window while wielding a metal rod as a weapon. And where did the Trump administration decide to place this guy? On a highly specialized team at the Pentagon focused on, I kid you not, irregular warfare and counterterrorism. Seriously? You genuinely cannot make this up. A man who actively participated in one of the worst incidents of domestic terror in modern American history was handed a job at the Pentagon to counter terrorism. It is shameful, it is dangerous, and it highlights a terrifying pattern of rewarding violent extremism. From there, the heat shifts directly to foreign policy and the war in Ukraine, and Keating just takes the administration to task, expressing total disbelief that Rubio failed to mention Ukraine even once during his opening remarks, summarizing the country's top priorities. Wow. Keating brings up the historic Budapest Memorandum, reminding the room that Ukraine gave up the world's third largest nuclear arsenal decades ago, precisely because the U.S. gave its word to defend its sovereignty if it ever came under threat. The criticism gets even sharper when Keating calls out the administration for allowing general licenses that allegedly hand Russia billions in monthly oil profits, which he argues is directly fueling Putin's war machine. He basically demands immediate aggressive action, like rescinding those licenses and locking down a bilateral drone agreement right before his time officially runs out. You could feel the passion in the room, and honestly, it's refreshing to see someone actually fighting for our international commitments. Drop a comment below and let me know what you think about these wild appointments, and I will see you in the next video.